Hello? Hello? Is anyone out there? Is anyone out there? Ah, there we go. All right. David J. Walk is the first one to comment always. I think he lives on this thing. It's just his fingers like waiting to comment. So nice job. Great. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. This is the house where I live. I would say it's my house, but it's not mine. It's yours. It belongs to the diocese. You're just letting me live in it. So thank you. And I have a little tree here. So that's kind of fun. Um, really can't see a lot in this little shot, but it looks like a big tree, but it's about 6 feet. It's kind of nice. And I decorated it myself and everything. All right, it's a fake tree, or yeah, I guess we say fake. It's an artificial tree, whatever. But I plug it in every year and fluff up the branches and then put on a little bit of tinsel, just like I learned at home from my dad and mom, one piece of tinsel at a time. Some people like throw tinsel up there in chunks, but you have to hang one by one, perfectly like equal, and then you hang it like that. It can't drape, shouldn't drape on the things or anything like that. Anyway, that's our tradition. You might have another tradition. Some people wrap their trees with that tinsel stuff, whatever, or put beads in it or bows in it or something like that. But we're just yeah, lights, ornaments, and tinsel. So there you go. So hi everyone. Thanks for checking in here. Looks like a lot of people from St. Anne's. Hello, Ann Tyson from Tallahassee and Sue from Colorado. This is great. Richard and Linda from Austin. Man, this is wonderful. My favorite night of the week. Thank you, Beth. That's great. And Rick, wonderful. Thanks, Sue. It is a cute tree, I think. I like it a lot. It's nice for this little house. Clem and Phoenix. So this is great. Okay, let's see. I'm just waiting for some more people to come in and everything. Great. Plenty of room. Just make some room. The more people who come in, just kind of move over so that they can be part of this as well. Martin, thank you. You said your mom did the same, probably with the tinsel, huh? That's fantastic. Um, Martin, once again, God bless you. I think you should get some sort of an award because you wake up in the middle of the night, or maybe you don't go to bed, but it's what, 2:30 there, two in Ireland, and here you are with us. So thanks for being with us. Hey, there's a little red car. There's from Kaylee. Oh yeah, that might be. Yeah, maybe you might be hearing more about Beep Beep today. Okay, great. Um, all right, so let's see. Today is the last day of the palindrome dates. I said this last week. For those of us here in the U.S. who, you know, we note the date as 12/9/21. That's a palindrome. Backwards, it's 12/9/21. So these last 9 days have been palindromic dates. Is that a word, palindromic? I don't know, but they've been palindromes. Martin reminded me that in Europe, they say 9/12, um, 21 or something like that, right? Yeah. So the day goes first, then the month. So it's not a palindrome for you, but anyway, it's great. I don't know when the next time we'll have this again, a palindrome year like this. Maybe 1,000 years, maybe 100 years. You guys figure it out, but don't spend too much time on this, and don't worry about putting it in the comments. We're probably not going to live long enough to see the next palindrome year. Hello there, Maria. Okay, great. So last week I came to you from my little room in the seminary at Notre Dame. It was nice to be able to show you that my room there where I spent several years while in formation in the seminary. It was fun. It was a great visit. After that, then I went to the night prayer and the little gathering at the seminary, and that was nice. I got to see a lot of Holy Cross priests and brothers and sisters, and then oh, somebody's reminding me, 1222 and 1211. We are going to live long enough, perhaps, to see that. All right, here they come. See, 1211 and 1222. All right, fine. Dang it. So I'm wrong. After that, it'll be 1,000 years or something. But anyway, and then after that, after my visit there at Notre Dame, I did get to see my mom and several siblings, which was nice. I thought my mom knew that I was in town the day before I saw her, but she didn't. So She understood, though, that I needed to spend a day on campus before coming over to see her. But it was a nice, quick visit just to see her and some of my siblings. And then I flew down to Miami. No, I didn't, because I won't say which airlines, but they informed me a few hours before, oh, yeah, your flight to Miami is actually going to be 10 hours from now instead of then. And so they got me down to Fort Lauderdale. Just maybe it was mechanical, maybe they couldn't fill the plane. They didn't say, but I went to Fort Lauderdale instead and took a bus to a train and then an Uber and finally got to Miami. So, and we had really good meetings with the other bishops of Florida. We celebrated the former Archbishop's 60th anniversary of priesthood ordination. That's John Favalora, and also had some deliberations there while we were there and came back. So, but it was a good trip, whirlwind trip: Wisconsin, Chicago, South Bend, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and back to Pensacola. But very good trip, and it's good to be home. There's a lot of things going on here, of course, especially during Advent and to prepare for Christmas. So it's nice to be here with all of you. Today we celebrate in our church the feast day of Saint Juan Diego, San Juan Diego. Juan Diego is the man who received the visions, or to whom Mary appeared 4 times in the year 1531. Mary appeared to him 4 times and asked him basically to deliver her message to the bishop. Her message was simple: to build a church, and so build up the church in this continent, North America. And the bishop, as you know the story, the bishop didn't believe Juan Diego, of course, that he was having a vision of Mary. Mary told him to build a church and he wanted proof. And so Mary, when Juan Diego went back, he said, I'm sorry, but the bishop wants proof that you are real. And she said, well, go take your tilma, your mantle, and put your cloak that you're wearing, and gather these roses up in them. It was winter and roses didn't grow in winter. So he thought that was the miracle. And he got a whole bunch of roses in his tilma there. And when he went in front of the bishop, he opened it up. The roses spilled out, but everyone saw what was on his tilma, and that is a beautiful image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, miraculously there. It's just as though it was an X-ray or a photo. It's actually, they've done so many tests on there, and it's not paint, it's not any kind of human thing. It's a burst of light. That's about the closest they could say that made this perfect image on his tilma. And his tilma, which was made of the just natural fibers, should have decomposed, they say, or whatever, rotted away after a couple of years. But now, 500 years later, it is still on display, still beautiful in the Basilica in Mexico City. Clearly, it is a miracle. I've been privileged to go and to pray there in the Basilica and even celebrate Mass above in the one of the chapels not the main one. But now that I'm a bishop, I think I can go back and celebrate at the main altar right there under the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So that would be pretty cool. We'll celebrate Our Lady of Guadalupe on Sunday this year, on the 12th, but today is St. Juan Diego's feast day. Okay, well, so now I just thought, this would be nice. It's here in Northwest Florida and Mobile, in this area. It's cloudy and rainy and cool. And I know in some places that it's cold in the United States. I'm not sure, Martin, what it's like there in Ireland, but I'm guessing, well, I've heard that it's muggy and cloudy a lot, but hopefully it's not so cool there. But anyway, so I thought, it'd be good just to tell a little story. Sometimes I do that. If you're new to this, you should know that sometimes I do some teaching, sometimes I pray, sometimes I tell a story. Um, and then there's this ongoing little saga of a little red car named Beep Beep. I used to tell these stories to some of my nieces and nephews at night when they were little. And so I just, because this time is meant to just kind of entertain and to remind us that we're all connected, and we're all, wait, how's that? Anyway, that we're not alone, I just started to tell Beep Beep stories here too. And so I know it's a little childlike, but that's all right. I am who I am. And if you don't like it, you can just turn off turn, yeah, and go somewhere else. It's not a threat. I'm just saying, if you don't like beep beep stories, it's nice seeing you. Okay, great. So here's just this little story. It was given to me by a friend today. So let's see if we can go with it. All right. But first, the theme song. Who's that car running down the street? Little red car. It's got to be beep beep. And all the children go beep beep, go beep beep, go beep beep, go. I added that last part, that little Dukes of Hazzard thing there. That's really funny. I don't know why, but anyway. Okay, great. Thank you for saying that. A lot of you did. I'm sure you said it out loud. Go beep beep, go beep beep, go beep beep, go. All right. So today, today's episode, boys and girls, is called Beep Beep Sees the Light, or rather, the lights. So it's a cold, cloudy December evening, and Beep Beep is all alone in the garage. He gets it. He's a car. He's going to live in the garage. That's his life, and that's fine normally. But when he hears the humans inside, having a having listening to Christmas music and maybe having hot chocolate and being around the tree and everything, he gets a little sad out there in the garage by himself. And so he just figured, well, tonight's just maybe a sad night. But the door opened. The door to the garage opened, and all of a sudden, here come the four humans. And they get in, and he thought, well, this is strange. It's not a church night. They're not going to church, I don't think. They probably wouldn't go shopping, A, at night, and B, all together. That's weird. Wonder where we're going. Huh. Well, at least it's not in the garage. So they start to drive, and Beep Beep's a little happy that they're going and everything. And then all of a sudden, and then he realizes as he's following the route, he's like, wait a minute, I think I know where we're going. We're going to the park, the city park, but at night? That's weird. Why are we going to the park at night? And as he gets closer, he can see a lot of cars also heading that way, and he thinks, ooh, maybe there's a concert or something. This is neat. This is really going to be a fun night. And he gets closer and he sees so many Christmas lights. I mean, all over. The park is filled with lights. There are things here that are twirling. There's snowmen over here. There's a little Santa's village here. There's Christmas trees everywhere. There's music. There are tunnels that you can drive in. And Beep Beep is like, this is amazing. This is the best night of my life. He's a little prone to the dramatic, Beep Beep. His life is like up and down, up and down. So he thinks this is the greatest night of my life. I get to look at lights from here. But then he realizes, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not just going to sit back here in the parking lot. They're going to let us drive into the park. We never get to drive into the park. But now he gets to drive past all of these displays and all of these lights, and the kids are loving, and there's laughter and everything. And in the midst of all of that, as he's starting out, they're starting to drive through. He looks in his rearview mirror and he can see Doug and Julie, two cars that are more, well, they're siblings. They're more like teenage humans. They're always in trouble. They're always laughing. They're always goofing off. They're always doing something. And he thinks, oh man, Doug and Julie, I hope you don't ruin Christmas. Don't do anything bad. There's a lot of cars, a lot of humans, but he can't talk to them. He's just like, I hope nothing happens. They look like they're behaving. So anyway, they start to drive, and he sees all these lights and all these things and everything. And then all of a sudden, these people are on both sides of the car. The humans roll down the windows, and they give them little cups of hot chocolate. And now Beep Beep smells the hot chocolate in the car, and he sees all the lights. He's so happy. And then they come up to the tunnel of lights, and the lights are spinning in there, and kind of they have all these patterns. And they start to drive through, and Beep Beep's looking all over, and the lights are dancing off of his newly waxed exterior, and it's great, and he's warm, and he smells the chocolate, and it's fun, and Christmas is coming. He's having a lot of fun, but then he looks in the back, and he can see Doug and Julie, those two little car siblings, and now he sees that they're playing tag or something. And he's told them never to do that. He knows a lot of cars say, don't do that. You're a car. You weigh a half of a ton. You can do a lot of damage. You're not a little human. You can't play tag or, goof off like this. Did they listen? No. They must have had too much hot chocolate to drink. Anyway, so he sees them darting around in the crowds and everything, and cars are honking, and they're talking to them like, Doug, Julie, knock it off. Let the humans drive you. Knock it off. And but they're still goofing off. And so just when Beep Beep gets almost to the end of the tunnel, he's trying to have fun, but he can't stop thinking about Doug and Julie back there goofing off. Sure enough, they come right up near the tunnel, and one of them, bam, hits the tunnel, hits the bar, and all the lights go off in the park. And then you hear a tiny sound. It starts with just one little human, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds. And they're crying. All these little kids, you can even hear them with the windows rolled up in the cars. And they're saying things like, Christmas is ruined. I'm sorry, Christmas is ruined, and I want to go home. This is horrible, and I'm scared. It was so dark and everything. All the lights were out. Oh man, the other cars were so mad, and Beep Beep, now he can talk to one of them, and he's trying to see, he doesn't know if it's Doug or Julie, and he's like, look what you did. You ruined everything. They're like, we're sorry, we were just playing around. He's like, now what are we gonna do? And so all the humans are getting a little nervous because there's just a lot of people there in a small space, and it's dark. The kids are crying, and Beep Beep's looking around, and all of a sudden he sees right in front of him this wire that's dangling right down in front of him, and it's laying on the hood. And he thinks, oh my gosh, I think that's the main wire. They knocked it out of its socket and it fell down on me. And so while the humans are trying to console the kids, while there's commotion and everything, Beep Beep lifts up the hood, and the wire is just kind of coming close to going in onto the engine. So he just goes up a little bit, just a tiny bit, and sure enough, the wire goes in and hits the battery. Oh, all the lights go on again, and everyone's like, "Yay!" Again, those sniffles, all the tears from the kids now sound like just joy, and they're singing, and they're so happy again, and everything, and all the lights, all the decorations, they start up again, and things start to spin around again, and everything. And the people who run the park, they came running up, and they saw the trunk open. They saw the hood open, and they saw the wire in the hood, and they went up to the window, and they knocked, and the Beep Beep's humans rolled down the window, and they said, thanks a lot. You saved the day. Thanks for thinking of that." And the humans looked at each other, thinking of what? We didn't do anything. And then the people who run the park, they said, well, let's just plug it back in again. So they took it off of the battery, and everything went dark, but just for a second, and everyone went, ah! And then they plugged it in up here. Ah! The lights went on and everything. Oh, people were so happy. And then you could hear this sound again. It wasn't crying anymore, that's for sure. It started with one small human voice, and it built, and it built, and it grew louder and louder. And then the humans were singing. Even the cars were singing. Even that rusty pickup truck who never smiles was singing. You know what they were singing? Yahoo, Dore, Yahoo, Dore, Christmas, Christmas. I don't know what that is, but it's the song from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And they were singing that. And Beep Beep's heart grew 3 times. Wait, no, that's a different story. Anyway, they were all singing, and everyone was so happy. And then they could all enjoy the rest of the night and drive home. And Beep Beep thought, this really was the best Christmas ever. I saved Christmas. There you go. The end. So that's my story for you today. Beep Beep sees the light. Just kind of a little play on words, but it could have been Beep Beep saves the day. But anyway, so there you go. Um, I might learn that song, that the little Who's, is that what they were? Whoville? The Who's in Whoville, the song that they were singing for Grinch, the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Maybe I'll sing that sometime. But what I'd really like to do is, is this a Christmas mashup story, says Teresa. Um, yeah, I'm just bringing all the ones together, and maybe I'll even bring in It's a Wonderful Life. Mary, Mary! Oh, George. Um, sorry. I've not even been having eggnog or anything tonight. Okay, but anyway, so next week I'll talk a little bit about Advent and the conclusion of Advent. Wow, it'll already be the third, we'll be well into the third week of Advent next week. And then after that, a couple of days before Christmas, I'll do the Christmas poem that I've memorized, Annie and Willie's Prayer. I think I did it last Christmas and then one other time. So I have to start reminding myself of that. And we'll do that again in 2 weeks. So there you go. Nice to hang out with you. There is one more fun thing here in the tree. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it there, but there's a little beep beep ornament on my tree. Can you see it down below there? Can you see it down here? I don't know if you can. Here we go. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's a little beep beep. I'm out of control, but I didn't buy it. I didn't. Someone sent me that, so I thank you very much for that. Anyway, happy Advent, everyone. Remember, it's not Christmas. It feels like we're getting closer, but it's Advent. It's a time of waiting, of hoping, of praying for the coming of the Lord. Not just at Christmas, not just at the end of time, but now, today, at every time, the Lord is with us. So may God bless you during this holy and grace-filled season. Heavenly God, watch over all of your children. Bless us. Bless us with your presence. Bless us with your mercy and your grace. Help us to be like little children who await the joys of Christmas. May we be ever attentive, ready to welcome you when you come at the end of time, when you come in the flesh as we celebrate at Christmas, and when you come to us at every moment through the Holy Spirit, through the sacraments, through the church, in the Holy Scriptures. Bless us with your presence today and always, so that we may delight in your presence and be your presence and take your presence to a waiting world. Bless all your children, I pray, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, everyone, I'm going to conclude here with just a little, by closing, not on me, but on Beep Beep.